Hi everyone. This is going to be a meditation with the breath, and so I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery using the felt sense and heart-centered sovereignty as the doorway to the exploration of the breath. So I'm going to put the video off because you don't need that. So let's take a moment to get comfortable in the position, whether you're sitting with a straight back, the most recommended meditation posture, whether you need to stand because of fatigue or falling asleep or drifting or drowsiness, or whether you feel the need to lay down, just choosing what is the most effective position. And for me right now, that enables the most comfort and the most alertness. Like all guided meditations, you can pause this guidance at any point if you feel you need more time in the way that you're exploring this journey that we're doing. So just take a moment to feel the out-breath, breathing through the nose. And just feel that out-breath extending as an invitation to release everything that's not required, and also as part of your endeavor to land in a connection with your felt sense. Allowing the out-breath to lengthen and slow down, and allowing the naturalness of the end of the out-breath to initiate an in-breath. And you can just invite you to just drop the endeavor of breathing now. As soon as you feel that you're making a connection with your felt sense, if you can maintain the felt sense of the breath at the same time as the process of grounding into sovereignty, that's fine. If you can't, then I want to invite you, if your system feels calm, just to bring your attention to the endeavor to really land in the field of view. Landing in the whole bubble and not scanning or moving around it. Rather, when you notice something, make contact with it. Feel the curiosity calling you deeper and deeper into that connection with whatever you notice, sensations, activity in the body. Making the choice and feeling this alignment to own your life, to own your soul, to own your journey, and to be here right now. I'm here for me. Feel your way into that invitation and notice the vibration of that choice. What does it feel like to own this moment fully? Notice if it feels like you are, what's happening for you, what's true for you. And notice any part that isn't aligned with that choice, and just allow that part to be included. If you can, notice its location and its unique signature. No judgment or exclusion. No need for understanding or meaning, just connection. Welcoming all the parts, the seen and the unseen. Recognizing that there's more information in our system waiting for us, and feeling that as an invitation for a deepening and a curiosity. What would love do? It's welcoming every part, grounding in to maintain the connection as each part is speaking moment by moment. We are listening. Allow yourself to feel the whole bubble of you as one experience, contrasting as you ground backwards into the very back of your field, the back body behind you. Not by leaving anywhere, but by just noticing the difference of the felt sense behind to the felt sense in front. There's no reason to do anything. The alchemy is natural from noticing difference. Without leaving the connection to any part of you, noticing the energetic qualities and properties of all of you. And then noticing in contrast the stillness that's already here, and grounding into that deep, empty silence. Allowing that stillness to cohabit with the moving energies as contrast. Supporting harmony and balance. Keep that quality of grounding in, like there's often the resistance or identity or observers are not wanting to see beyond what they know. And just inviting you to reverse that trend by this constant moment by moment seeking toward who am I, seeking toward truth, sensing in deeper and deeper to the deepest origin of you, beyond all that you know, ground in. Without leaving that depth as you keep sensing and falling into your experience with this curiosity, wanting to touch what's there. That is the sacred union. When you touch it, something shifts, something transforms through your curiosity meeting the felt sense deeper and deeper, reclaiming the parts of you that are lost or still waiting or not integrated from trauma or past experiences. So just feeling the choice of curiosity as love to touch and meet the wound within the field or the edge of the comfort zone, however you experience where you are. This grounding in without leaving that movement toward the origin as a deepening. I want to invite you to also be feeling out into this expanded bubble, the spaciousness that's here, let your field continue to open and include. That's also loving unconditionally. Without movement away from, but just by request. Remain here, grounding, and bring some curiosity to the quest. Who am I? Noticing the sense of I, something so familiar, something that's always here. And your pure curiosity and discernment can enable the connection to that sense of I. Noticing the unique signature of the properties of the sense of I, where it is in your field, and contrasting it to the rest of your field. Once you feel that you've noticed and touched directly the felt sense of I, contrast it to stillness, noticing the stillness. So the ideal situation is that you're not leaving the activity, the stillness, or the sense of I, but you're open and available and feeling all of those cohabiting. It's like letting every part meet. So I want to invite you, when it feels right for you, to return to our exploration of the breath. So the exploration of the breath is within this connection. There's no moving to look at the breath, rather there is an inclusion. I'm in the field, I'm grounded in, I'm dynamically noticing the movements in each moment. I'm dynamically cohabiting and contrasting what's here. And I invite you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart space. And just relax with the connection points as part of your felt sense. Without leaving your field in any way, become aware of the breath. Allowing and accepting the breath just as it is, not interfering or running the process. Just noticing how the breath does what it does, making the center of your interest your nose, where the breath enters your body. But even though that might be the center of your focus at the moment, you can still feel the whole body. You can feel the belly rise with the in-breath and sink with the out-breath. Keep grounding into your felt sense bubble as you notice the breath. I want you to see if you can soften your breath. Notice any contractions happening in the body, any kind of effort to breathe, and just feel softness, let your field become soft, feeling the breath in the softness. Feeling the natural rhythm that the breath does of its own accord, and establishing this heart-centered sovereign connection, seeping in, grounding into the body, into the field of awareness. And take as much time as you need to find this balance of grounding into your field to its deepest origin, maintaining connection to the whole, feeling the connection points of the hands on the body and the focus point of the nose. Take as much time as you need to allow that rhythm of the connection and the breath to stabilize. Noticing the stillness that pervades the background of all, grounding into that stillness. And noticing dynamically what's arising within your field, any tension, pain, trauma. Opening and allowing complete acceptance and surrender. So take as much time as you need to work with whatever's arising, but if you feel still and balanced and stable, I want to invite you to notice as if you are taking snapshots, kind of split seconds of the journey of the breath, as if you're noticing frames in a movie, as if you're slowing down into the rhythm of the breath and noticing the rhythm and any interruptions to the rhythm, noticing, is it smooth or is it jagged? Noticing in the most subtlest way that path of the in-breath and the out-breath. Contrasting the naturalness between the length of the in-breath to the length of the out-breath. Are they the same length? Is one shorter or longer? And as if you're really logging and connecting with every frame of this journey of the in-breath and the out-breath, noticing the difference of each frame, noticing the energetic information that's arising in the whole body, the whole field, in relation to each frame of the breath. Keeping the natural rhythm of how the breath wants to be. And the sense of it slowing down is in part from the curiosity to see the details that might not otherwise be noticed. So the breath has 4 parts. There's the in-breath and the pause, and the out-breath and the pause. So as you feel able to, just invite you to continue allowing the naturalness of the breath, while at the same time embodying the felt sense as one experience of the whole. Keeping the focus point of the nose, but feeling the focus reaching out through the whole body to feel how the breath innervates the physicality, as if the breath has eyes. That it's innervating everything right down to your toes. But perhaps the most movement that you'll feel is in your chest and your belly. I want you to become aware of the movement from the in-breath to the pause, and from the pause to the out-breath, as if you're inquiring what creates the pause, what initiates that pause. And the response is just feeling what you feel at that meeting point, at the end of the in-breath, where it stops and becomes a pause. What does the pause feel like? Feeling that in your whole body. When you've become comfortable with that pause, noticing what initiates the out-breath. Where is the moment that the out-breath takes hold? At what point? What does it feel like? In the felt sense of the whole body, the whole breath-body connection. And then feeling in and through, in this granular felt sense, frame by frame way, the rhythm of the out-breath. Noticing any smoothness or any sticky, jagged, any feeling of complete or incomplete, just noticing the out-breath all the way until you pause at the end of the out-breath. Inviting you to feel this over several breaths in your own time, and it feels appropriate. Just become curious about the felt sense of the pause at the end of the out-breath. And see if you can just rest in that pause and feel that pause, waiting and noticing what calls forward the in-breath. Perhaps a feeling of air hunger. You can pause this and continue with these four parts of the breath in this way, and spend as long as you want here. There's valuable and powerful information available through this work. However, it's also valuable when you're working this way to enable integration through the Trinity. So as you feel into any sensations that are entangled with your breath, that are arising within the context of this meditation, you can move the focal point from your breath to the wholeness, grounding into the wholeness with that curiosity to feel your deepest roots and the deepest roots of whatever is being shown to you as sensation in your field. Noticing the size, the shape, the space that sensation occupies. Putting your awareness in the very center of it so that you know its signature, its uniqueness. What is this? Taste, feel, listen. You can still be aware of the breath. We've just moved the focal point to an old memory that's stored in your system. Noticing where that sensation is in relation to the body, in relation to the field of awareness. And contrasting that to what's not that. There's this polarity. Noticing the difference between the sensation and the rest of you. Noticing changes, grounding in. Every experience has an experiencer. Every experience is entangled with the part of me that split off in overwhelm, a sense of I. Move your attention and curiosity to invite that sense of I to reveal itself. What does it feel like to be me in this moment? Where am I in relation to my field? grounding into that sense of I in contrast to the rest of your field. Tasting the unique signature of I, allowing that I to cohabit and supporting its revealing through the contrast of what is not that I, the rest of your field. Mm-hmm. Allowing yourself to be aware of the experience you started with, exploring how that changes in relation to the connection to I. Noticing how that sense of I changes in relation to the experience you've been exploring. And noticing what is between the experiencer, the sense of I, and the experience. What does it feel like in the space between? What's keeping them separate? So I often call that the event horizon. And you can just for now feel into the felt sense of that gap or the meeting point if they meet. At some point, you can bring your focus back to the breath and breathe with your sense of I and your experience and the gap. Noticing the stillness that's also here right now. Notice what you've learned on this journey of discovery, what you've seen, what you've recognized in relation to how your breath and body cohabit your field. You can continue as long as you wish, pausing in the places where you need to.